Let's see how we can find the derivative for a function y that looks like this. It's written like a quotient. You have kind of a function up here and a function down here. So one function is x plus 1, and another function is x squared. So how do we do it? Well, let's see. dy dx, the derivative of the function y with respect to x. First, we can draw this long line, and we're gonna take this function to the power of 2. So we take it within brackets and then power to the power of 2. Then I'm just gonna write x squared up here times the derivative of this function, which is going to be 1, because the derivative of x is 1, the derivative of plus 1 is 0, so the derivative is going to be 1. Then minus, then I'm just going to write out this function x plus 1 times the derivative of this function, which is 2x. Let's see if we can simplify this a little bit. Down here it's x squared to the power of 2, and we can simplify this by just, well, it's going to be 2 times 2. These numbers times each other, so it's going to be x to the power of 4. Then up here we have x2 times 1 is just going to be x2 minus, and then how about we simplify this? So 2x times x, and then 2x plus 1. I'm going to keep the bracket. 2x times x is going to be 2x 2, and then 2x times 1 is going to be plus 2x. Now I'm going to remove the bracket. I have to change the signs in front of all these terms. So this is plus 2x2 is going to be minus 2x2. This is plus 2x is going to be minus 2x. So x2 minus 2x2 minus 2x over x to the power of 4. So the last step would be x2 minus 2x2 is going to be minus x2 and then minus 2x over x to the power of 4. So the derivative of this function y is minus x2 minus 2x over x to the power of 4. So this is called the quotient rule, and it's because we kind of have a function up here and a function down there. It's written like a quotient, and the rule is to take this part, x2 to the power of 2, and then we're going to write it as it is here and times it by the derivative of this function, and then it's always going to be minus, and we're just going to write the second, this function up here times the derivative of this function down here. So if you kind of memorize this pattern, look at the function and then use the same pattern every time you use the quotient rule. Let's do one more exercise. how about let's see. How about this function? Y is equal to over x, and up here we're gonna have x2 plus 1. dy dx is going to be, well, the part down here is very easy. It's the denominator, this function, x to the power 2, this function, and then to the power 2. Then we're just going to write out x as it is and multiply it by the derivative of this function. This is going to be 2x, and this is nothing, 0, so it's going to be times 2x. And then it's always minus. Then we're going to write out the function up here, which is going to be x2 plus 1 times the derivative of this function, which is going to be 1. It's going to be easy to simplify. So how about x times 2x is going to be 2x2, and then how about we remove the brackets? So this is going to be, since this is times 1, it's not going to change anything, so we're going to change the sign. It's actually plus x2 here, so it's going to be minus x2 minus 1. So I'm going to write minus x2 minus 1. Everything over x2. Let's simplify it up here. How about 2x2 minus x2 is going to be just x2 minus 1. Down here we still have x2. So this is the answer, the derivative of this function y. This is called the quotient rule, and try to memorize this formula. Look at this part of the function, the yellow part, and this part of the function, the green part, and try to memorize the different steps